Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Maa ngi leen di nuyu yéen ñëpp ku ci nekk sa tur ak seen santa di leen jox seen wàccu waaye di leen nuyu nag si dimanche bi surtout di nuyu His Excellency President Adama Barrow di nuyu sun two first ladies yi ñaanal ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi feebar yal na leen yàlla ekkati fuñ tëdda ñi caabi féetee ginnaaw yal na leen yàlla delloo seen njaboot ñi jiitu tamit yal na leen yàlla xare àjjana di leen wax ne rek seen programme bi la woon MBARMI programme proudly sponsored by Jah Oil macha allah comme niñ ko dee defee rek tey moom soo leen xoolee sax plateau bi di ngeen xam ne yaanjana lool comme ni ma leen ko waxee rek recap liñ leen doon jox last Sunday bi passé nii waaye fu mu nekk nii soo leen ñu gisee ni ñu toogee sax di ngeen xam ne programme bi macha allah start na ak doole. di nuyu suma naataangooy si plateforme bi fii nii bu baax a baax di leen jaajëfal si dimanche bi surtout nag suñ guest bi nga xam ne bàyyi na këram dimanche ñëpp xam nañ ne dañ dee toog noppaleku ku nekk yaa ngi war a nekk sa boori family waaye ñëpp ñëw bàyyi seen itay toog ba pare di jaajëfal tamit suñ viewers yi ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi toog seen kër yi di ñu seetaan di leen wax jërë ngeen jëf ndax su du toon yéen programme bi wax digg neex yàlla du am benn njëriñ maa ngi jiital nuyu si Mr Sidibé nuyu naa la bu baax a baax di la jaajëfal tey si dimanche bi.
waaw jaajëf Fatou Mbaye di waa asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatulahi taala wa barakaatu di delloo nuyu Fatou Mbaye ak Pa Diagne ak suñu guest bi di jiital nuyoo nag si His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia Adama Barrow ak teg si ñaari jabaram yi ñetteel bi teg si suma jabar moom muy teel si kër bi di ko ne hello rek su loolu passé di nuyu suñu viewers yi déema Fatou dama mit kenn si benn dëj mu ne ma bro seen programme yi léegi na tax ma seetaan télé ñu ko Basiru Jaata di ko xaasal nuyu di ko Basiru jërëjëf na nga continuer di seetaan programme bi di nga gis moo naka programme su interesting programme su important soobee la incha allah di si nuyu tamit suñ jigéen boobu lu nekk KMC ñu ko bindu si toujours mu ngi follow programme bi ak ñenn ñu bëree bëri ak suñu state house commander bi ak suñu army suñu security everybody especially tey moom daanaka lu ñu waxtaanee lu dafa mel ni lu demee loolu la di wax bari man nin kol aden kalmoy lal ko assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh mbal kontona tani ko biyo kay murtanande comme ka kanu nyame bi dimanche long every dimanche long kana jam MBARMI programme Star TV ga luntawol ko manilang ngana nga kacha banko la nyatota ani banko bimbe banko develop o fenko jerol mi ko moliaji ko mol nyanta kacha la ko fanan kacha jane biyo kay nga min solo bari entato fo na hosting ayatofo or introduce. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sidibé, for that wonderful words that you have already said. Surtout nag si viewers ñi nga xam ne dañ dee toog dañu seetaan soo génnee ku nekk di la wax ne like seen programme bi it's very important dama ko dee seetaan kenn ku ci mel ni Baby Cissé ñu ngi laa nuyu bu baax a baax ak ajaratu Leena bi yaay suma ñoon yaay ñoom ñëpp maa ngi leen di jaajëfal si programme bi ni ngi si jàppee bu baax ndax nit ki toog di la seetaan rek lu am solo la di leen jaajëfal maa ngi nuyu Pa Diagne nuyu naa la te welcome back to the programme ñu bàyyi la yow it nga nuyu incha allah.
jërëjëf Fatou Mbaye jërëjëf Modou Sidibé suñu guest bi moom tamit ñu ngi ko sant di ko gërëm bii mooy di second time si waxtu bu ñu koŋee buntam pour mu ñëw ci MBARMI programme daf de bàyyi soxlaam yëpp ñëw MBARMI programme nag ku fee ñëw rek xamal ne itteel na la because bési Sunday la te Sunday ku nekk xam na ne civil servant bés boobu lañ dee noppaleku seen kër yi toog ak seen njaboot gi waaye ñii réew mi moo leen ñor yokkute réew mi it mooy li leen itteel jàmmi réew mi it mooy li leen itteel moo tax waxtu buñ koŋee seen bunta pour ñu ñëw MBARMI programme dañ dee bàyyi seen soxla yëpp ñëw fi MBARMI programme nag yàgg nañ koo wax programme la boo xam ne li ko tax a jóg dafa tëddee njaaxanaay ku ne am na right ñëw fi moo xam foo munti bokka moo xam foo munti far mbaar mi programme li ko tax a jóg mooy jàmmi réew mi ak yokkute réew mi mbaar mi programme digoon nañ leen ne dinañ wër koy na be kaatoon kumbe am dalaay te am na lu ñu si jotoon a def waaye incha allah dinañ ko continuer dem waxtaan ak kilifa diina yi dem waxtaan ak kilifa aada yi dem waxtaan ak politiciens yi dem waxtaan ak jigéen ñi ndaw ñi yëpp ñu dem waxtaan ak ñoom lan mooy seen gis-gis ci réew mi ak lan mooy seeni jafe-jafe loolu moo tax a jóg mbaar mi programme nag soo gisee lii yëpp ñu mun a toog fii mun a doxal mbaar mi programme 1 year ba contrat bi ñu renewwaat ko ak yéen dafa am ku ne suñ gannaaw ki ne suñ gannaaw mooy Ja Oil nag soo ko waxee da nga ne business tycoon la waaye soo waxee Ja Oil da nga ne Gambian la waaye soo waxee Ja Oil da nga ne dafaa yëngatu ci wàlli njaay essence dafaa yëngatu it ci wàlli jaay ciment dafaa yëngatu it ci wàlli jaay lépp luy dem ci wàlli ci sampa néeg soo waxee Ja Oil da nga ne jamono bii mu ngi yëngatu ci mbay ku nekk gis na Bayaba investment bi mu fa def at CRR North di bay maalo xeeti mbayteef boo munti xalaat jàmm nga koo bay noor ak nawet loolu yëpp li mu si jublu mooy xeex dunda gi pour mu yomba jàppale néew di doole yi pour mu yomba ku nekk xam ne ne maalom bi mu wàccee ci réew mi tax na maalo dafa wàcc jamono bi batom bi di costé jamono boobu saako maaloo ngi woon 1003 1004 am na ñu doon jaay ba 1005 waaye bi mu ñëwee moo tax maalo bi wàcca ngir dafa am matukaay yu mut sëkk pour xeex ak julay dafa am matukaay bu mut sëkk pour gis ne maalo bi duñ ko mun a yokk moo tax moom ci isa sérim yi nekk ci biir réew mi yëpp dañoo jaay maalo wholesale ak retail tax na julay munuñ koo xeex ci benn boor dañ ne balaa ngaa xeex na fekk nga am ngànnaay janag ngànnaay la am pour xeex pour gis ne Gambien si am nañ dunda gu mucc ayib moo tax nguur gi nekk a gannaawam moo tax His Excellency président Adama Barrow yi taxawoon au Minister of Agriculture au Minister of Local Government wan leen ne nañ jàppale Ja Oil jàppale ñeneen ñu mel ni Ja Oil nga xam ne ñi ngay yëngatu ci wàlli mbay foog nit ñi dellu ci suuf si Gambien si su ko defee dunda gi mun a yomba li ñoo jéggaani bitim réew mun nañ koo liggéey ci biit réew mi ndax biñ demee ci Ja àndoon fa ak ñoom Sidibé ak Fatou Mbaye gis nañ ne mu ngay bay basmati rice te basmati rice bi tes na ko baax na te dana continuer di ko bay loolu yëpp wane na ne lu bari tey lu ñu jaggaane bitim réew mën nañ koo liggéey suñ biit réew mi waaye Modou Sidibé du ma daaneel suma kaddu te nuyu ma njiiti réew mi His Excellency président Adama Barrow ak ay soxnam Lady Sadio First Lady Fatou Ba Barrow ak First family bi yëpp maa ngi leen nuyu di nuyu sumay jabar di nuyu suma family bi yëpp ñoom ñëpp ñu ngi toog di ma seetaan jabar bi ne bitim réew ak bi ne fii yëpp maa ngi ko nuyu di leen ñaanal jàmm di nuyu supporter yi nga xam ne ñoo jàppa ci mbaar mi programme ndax mbaar mi programme ñu bari pare nañ si dugal loxo pour gis ne support nañ ñi jàppalee nañ ñi ñu mun a doxal suñu liggéey ci anam biñ ko buggee kon sant ñëpp gërëm leen di leenoo dig dajee ci yeneen dimanche ak yeneen dimanche ngeen ñoo follow ñëwaat nañ baat dimanche bu nekk incha allah dina ñëwee ci beneen façon tey ñëw nañ ci wàlli kaaraange lu am solo la national security soo ko waxee lu am solo la ngir ne nit suy ut alal foog mu am kaaraange nit suy jaamu yàlla foog mu am kaaraange lépp luy nit di mun a yëngatu ci adduna bi te amula kaaraange doo ko mun a def kaaraange lu am solo la kon tey ñi dalal kii bisimilah ko ci suñ first épisode biñ defaat pour renew programme bi 2025 bii nii loolu am na solo ñu am national security koo xam ne ci loolu la moo yëngatu ci wàlli kaaraange mu ñëw ñu waxtaan ak moom xool lan ak lan la fee teg ci kaw table bi yéen ñi ñoo déglu yéen a ñu ëpp xel ñun la yàlla nattu ñu toog fii rek di wax waaye yéen ñu ne ci biti yéen a ñu ëpp xel yéen a ñu gën a xam li xew waaye nag du ñëpp ñoo mun li ñoo def nii toog ci ab télévision wax toog ci media di wax ñu bari mënewuñ ko kon sant ñëpp gërëm leen Fatou Mbaye
jërëjëf Pa li mu wax am na solo torop parce que nit ki di def lu baax si réew mi foog ñu fesal liggéeyam wane ne tamit ne am doomi réew mu baax la bu gën a am youth si yëpp am liggéey si biir dëkk bi muy Ja Oil mi mu wax macha allah te ñëpp xam nañ ne moom moo nekk suñ main programme sponsor bi te ñu ngi ko jaajëfal bu baax a baax di ko ñaanal yàlla moom it yal na ko yàlla may fan wér ak wérle ba tey rek Sidibé Mr Marigo ma ngi laa nuyu macha allah moom it jàpp na si liggéey bi bu baax a baax because any programme bu ma fi munti am su ma ñibbee dina ko rek demal lii moo waroon a def lii ak lii thank you very much for that bismillah ñu ngi dalal sun gas bi tey kanamam bi nag xam naa ne familier ne ak yéen waaye lu ma si xaw a jaaxal Sidibé bu mu dugasee si programme bi caméra yëpp a lëndëm ñun keroog suñ Joola
Joola la
Joola xam nga ni man moom ñooñu moom waaye sonal naa joolaa yi waaye suma maam lañ tey moom xëy na du ma ne blade because daf dee ñëw si programme bi fii nii dina ñëw all the time si programme bi because di ngeen ko bugg di gis cause ñoom fuñ nekka la si wàllum kaaraange am réew mi lañ nekka te am fana xamee ngeen ko léegi parce que ñëwoon na fi si suñ programme bii nii Moulay Koli man Koli bi moom ma si xaw a jaaxal Mr Moulay Koli CFA bi lu miin Mr Moulay CFA Koli bëgg naa xam CFA bi lu miin man bala ma laa bàyyi nga nuyu ay waay bàyyi ma bëgg naa xam rek say CFA bi daal jaaxal na ma si man daal gis naa CFA bi daal waaye mënu ma understand lan la xanaa mënoon ngaa def dollar sax wala pound o euro ñu bàyyi la nga nuyoo.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers. Like they said, my name is Moulay Koli from the Office of National Security. The office that's responsible for the reform process in the Gambia. And in the program, we'll be talking how far we have gone in the reform, what are the challenges and the way forward in this program. Thank you, Fatu, and Sibiba, and my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But you haven't answered my question yet. What does the CFA stand for?
We do that for the program.
Okay, no problem. Sidibe, comme moom ni mu ko waxee rek tey moom dañ ñëw pour waxtaanee security sector reform si lan mooy suñ ne when we said security sector reform, that's the SSR. What is the meaning of it? So that people that are watching will know what it means and why we are here today on this platform to discuss about the SSR.
Okay, thank you, Fatu. I think the concept of security sector reform, in other countries or situations they call it governance, and the other places they call it management. This essence is trying to see how are we going to improve the security sector of the country. And this process the Minister of Interior, the Minister of Defense, the Minister of see the people in uniform was beyond that. Example like the air we breathe, the water we drink, anything that the air that we do is about security. So what we do in office, we are not operational, but what we do, we are strategic. What we do coordination of all sectors so that we can have a secure Gambia. And this process of reform started in 2017 when the new government came in. And the process, many people, what happened was during the process in 2017, there are a lot of things that were not going in order. So when the government came in, they came up with a reform. And reform is trying to see what is not doing well so that you can improve that. And what is doing well, you maintain the process. So in the process, we have gone a lot in the reform process. I think, and the other thing that people may not see, because most of the reform is intangible, that you cannot touch and feel them. You can't touch them, but you may feel them. Now you can see in the process of the democratic space is open. You can see people expressing their views, and you can see people saying whatever is even contributing to the development of the country. You can see people putting on comments. For example, if the police are not doing fine, they put on comments so that the police can improve. You can see anytime you see things that are not going fine, this is part of the reform. But in those days, you cannot see people commenting on security matters, because now the space is open, people can comment. And during the process of the reform, a lot has changed. And the most difficult part in the reform process is trying to change the mindset of people. How do people perceive things? In those days, the securities were thinking like they're untouchable. But this process has changed. Now, even we've seen instances where even the securities are attacked, instead they are turned to victims. You can see people are free to express what they're supposed to say. In those days, it was restriction in the expression of people. You can in this process, because we have a lot of people who are allowed to do whatever they like, we also constrain with that, because we need to respond to the needs, basic needs of people. And failure in response is not an excuse. That's why we are trying by all means so that the security can be able to respond to the needs of the Gambians. And this process is huge. The government alone cannot do that. And I thank the Stars TV for inviting us to highlight what we have done as a security sector and how far we have gone. And people may criticize. That is good. So the criticism will make us to improve whatever we want. And I think this process of reform will continue. And I think the our partners who have helped us in this process also will continue to do that. Thank you.
Okay, I think that is clear. But if we can just summarize what you just said in Mandinka, so that people out there can understand what the SSR means.
Okay. Baraka namani kama maseni abake bod mbatraela
yola kanfo
mbo pala pala ni parbe janne security sector reform walem bunda melan ko masakunde alondi pour kaje security katama nyame nata naso bije pour nga fali pour ay betia so ntol office cabin 2016 mbo silola an kam minje minketa nung amamo nyafa wala na reform nata ka bringing masang da kudo nata and the process of reform amanke comme like polisol o sojarol lama momo nyanta da dunye kaje ko Gambela security mol be nyanta da dundi laje an ya dunyi na jube sani fengo fa minga ke e kaje mol ka fo nun to buka set ka sotono so ne nata police man tara do ko ke kan e kaje mo kilen wuli afa hani police nyanta nyekela ani natra kudobe amanta traka ne maje modul ka wuli asafero ke wonyi ndakela so nyin safero min diamo kaminke wo fanan wole mol sembo di mola ngaje nyanta Gambia tankala nyame amodo obi ka fo mebi naje wati krambe kering krambe kering nte balanola kudo minke ka ke mola sokono an sokono police bu ka taraje o sigi mo bu ka taraje problem minke da sokono so wala na security bunda montol be nyanta da dundi laje ne kuje mi yalon ko anin lo amantañola ya fo ani police fana o security fana e dandula soto ne momuta wala la muto ya samba code ela sambo danta wolto an code fana ni ko security sector amanke police wona so joro damma minka loi kuntu fana da bije as far as security sector the justice system is part of the security sector and mol me alon ko be tara jubero la o fana da bije boko ni ma fo mo dalon na so wala na nyin kuma ta bake mol be min kan pour ka mol security improve in this country so mol be nyanta da dundilije kana fo hani inte manta in fo man tarabul lo aka fo mo me alon ko bando bankendo mole mo nyanta kala police officer de wala ni fenje mi alon kan lo amanta nyol nyanta fola ni ya fo police ul fanan ya fo police ul nyanta fola ya sambal lo nya tilingola police danta je ko justice fanan wol ba atala so naje security sector is a chain police ul da bije so da bije momo da bije aning justice system so ntolla do ko security sector je nying fanan ministère wol nyanta ñomoy la ñaami so that ntolla security is improve no so ntalo dogo wala wati wala to coordinate the security sector of the country or the security sector ani ko security sector wo warta bake mum min da biye me alon ka kaje Gambia ala security la fata bake abaraka bake na ma aliya moyle de
na moyle kay ko nga moyle kay message o nyi sani atale bake
okay
nse sidi bebula na efen an soto ase nyinin kamina
okay
isa jata fanan senana
okay dena mero no fang jola kan re abe dama ni ko la
pour mu leral fo ci jona it's important
okay no problem bu kanam njobe sa foot jaate jana kan fu na foto nganda bile television ko ren Star TV nje kareso mulay koli nje the office of national security rokem nje and a director of monitoring coordination onem andifa na jume ka choko e kane mom kana ngol ko jamod broko boli so jat umbe be ka sankene woni forme bu kana me sécurité babe mo ngol improve yo wolem monem anansani sinde bu ko na mo ngolo kan me mo ngolo improve ba sécurité ya tanka ya so puto jato ni FCM bo yani jum eno rok yonem bu kanak ngolen ku chokor man ko len improve situation e Gambia security Gambia poto jato security sector reform yonem bu kanaka jum bu kala kapo ke mo fon bu ku jebe kan man ko len ku benenor mu kane boroko be mo fon mo ngol jof ci le mo no tok merege tate nene security ansani aw ando sinde ngono jum boroko be mo ngol improve security ya anno men am de bitik amba awanya wansan juk ngol rek bu kanak me waxu kane bare ku police ko sojarak le ngol ko juk ambo kan sinde ya so jeme kane de sinde won jukum no rek wala ma nyedi loi reboard tike anano pa buj anano sinde o nandak anano sinde ko police ko lebo an ko police ko baja man ko baji sembale ko ngol sak ana man ko jidem be di e code to sembale rem an code po ko ba sembale to be wana e jitum be kana ko ci dindi so kana ka jubbe rek man ko police ko lebo rok police ko borok de tan bang sembale rem no ngol ko sak ana man ko jitum be di code baba kandom ko ko waran ko juk bukana e tinge ba gambab so yat mon bimbe ka sankana mo jok boroko be security mu kan very important juk ja ho manja jakku de suke sanken manjone ji rek ko police ji call wade wanu juke bo tuntenja ko police ko baje jine le ko baje nde ko fol fongul mangu juko be kan sinde fo mu kam sinde ji rek mede wade waw kane mangu police ngolo kam boroko bole an ko nya police anasane kon anasane ambo mo fame Gambia anasane police juk ja ho kujie no jaw mu ko won ko police mo rek ma di ma wombe kan baraw tuntene le ko ngol ko mañ mewo kane so lu boroko boli ulu bilere betenta mon rokude ulu fati anno ke mujuk amma boroko mante molite mono be kan rek hani ma ngol bena ma o ko boroko boleli ulu officier le tujuk jaw wetenge mujuk ana officier le li ulu jini officier le mun ko coordinate mujuk ansan ko police du ko sojara di kam mom di security sector bu ngol ko beneno me Gambia ngole ke suma ko lako babe kuye mam kana bukana ko buje nya do ngombulo ana juke jap kana ka cetenya tu ka jupi sinde ana police ledo bukana ko wana ko rek ko juke jaw man jedi loi reborot to ko rek me waw kane yo emite katu
Amen.
Thank you very much for that review. And then Sidibe, if you have any questions yena ma si dugal nak momi yena mi ko fi santa pour mu laka jola bi.
Okay, one won su nekkee mën naa possible pa lu jota understand si li mu wax nañu ko si olof balaa ñu continuer parce que pas mu franc fois ci lu jota waaye yëpp si olof
non loolu du easy man because li mu fi wax bari na pour ma war a ñëw mun naa see juum wax loo xam ne waxut ko waaye nka dula men la fi ntekal dula men la fi kanyin cadre wala mu ni security reform moy mo jama ba fo kan alla do ko mantarata kan ku di sem membe no jandron wala be jang hani say adu security reform hani say ni afo mo la tanko say ni ajube banko nyimbe ta kan nyame mo fa siata bake banko kan adu say amurta fo mo leke famfa ni ajube last month at Same siarar no do ya famfaje siarar south dobon konda do ya famfaje ngamira sukuta ma fango jam fanan the same thing so alla office be mune prepare kan pour ka nyin ko jube mune ka nyin sababu mune ka sababu mulke famfa mune ka sababu sain badin damman ka nyofa dol ka nyofa chilo kan fo alla office ay mun step ta pour ka nyin ko kisi mune nyin sababu as far as alla londo lukuta security bunda
baraka baga emin fo toñale mo jama e famfa do lafta famfa la toñale boy kamin fo ni ko security a fanuta bake wala nka fo ku minka ke sokono police bu ka taraje bu ka long do bije ka ni ko toro bake police amanke la expertise wala kaje monana mol be fanka bon ngalo ne mol be fakan is a trend bo sanyi ne wala nan ko mol be nyanta wuli la sanyi nga korstro ke monanda mol ka nyofa mo ka nyofa la o mo ke famfa nyin kol seda anen ni if maybe al kaminke wadu ale mol invite me alan ko even psychology ya fo mo dol be the stress wala ka mol dundi ni ko anen ko stress there's policeman special in that management of those stress wala ko is a whole society approach mol be min membe gambe ko wala najube ntol be gambe en pour nyame waddo bije ikaje mo me ala batarin sloka mo buka faale mo gatambela mbuka jube an ko nin ko gam tol mbugam kelingol ni nga moje boyde nyanta wulin la mutala nga wulindi bod ne wo sifa mo atorata dogulla tata sokono fana man kayro soto je abi mo ne kenola so wala nan tol nyanta discuss la as a country, as a family mbaje la nyaade mbe nak tanko improve la nyaade an tanko amanke ni mang imaje be mo fakana wala manka o neje mo sokan dolbe je e batata e la miraro e ke sambo dallo ajang. So as a society mba kala nyame so that mol mel ka e batakan silokan e batarin sokono mbe makolo la nyaade an makoro amanke ko doti ne ko modi ma fo molié wo makoro bati anin tol bebe mo lada ko ala be keri an ala ka mol ko yamari ko nyanta mo deamble nyame hani mam feso do kuma di mamu musadale sadakate so naaje mo nka fo nyim fengo fanuta bake mol be min keda amandia moliye amandia masakunda mo be fakat but the problem is ntol be nyanta nyin ko improve la nyaare polso sa ka fo mo fata bo sani to go biyon munana mo ko mon fa mol be nyan tolti ka jube min kada molu ka nyofa so nata ntol ka nyoma ko mo jele be konkore ne seko no hani ne fembes bulu ibuka chika ka di la nebola abe ka stu ka start soko no so banko ina jue bas ni ko man sakunda o last lenti e ka fo maybe man sakunda fa e ka minke wolem di environment mo lan ko molu nyanta freedom so ka mira roke nyanta ila fenso doko kenola yake bon tol fanan mo ndamangolo be nyanta mo mako la nyame pour so that we can improve our situation sometimes minka ke sade kono abala fa warta bake nyanta jela nyanta mol mako la nyame kuka kuma kendo fo moye ni moje ama abe batare siloka ya makoy stress abe warare ne an stress minka ke police or security is part of security but ntol want to expect in this so that the whole society approach mo senano ngajube mbe mol improve lo nyame so that na tanko se la falo ni mo min ka fa lungo apaka amande amoye kana ndolu aka ni mol ni tora bakale so ntol ka minje sa wala nanko fenga fe min ka ke Gambia ntol la nyantole wala ndo office naje hani ba fenko mintita santo pra mintita santo na jolanda ntol nyandalo na munata jolanda biko bango kan fengo fa min fata bango amandi am sekundae so but masakuna ta kenola fay fo mole makol be nyin kol la fala nyame wala na wato wadika diamo ke so mol salon masakuna te nyin damma ta kenola fo lungolung mod sa do fana saake e may dole do muta dole mo so that na Gambia se tanka
okay but Mr. Mulai security reform ni afu dol ka fo hani ami kunda reform me nyanta keleje amanke dol ka fo police kunda the same thing natara ku keta je isa explain mun sifa reform le keta ami bundato mun sifa reform le keta police bundato kabiri ni mansa kunda nata fokana bi fula nyango fana ko sono ni wulemu mansa kunda membe nun jang wo wato mafunu aman soto pour que dolje yebo Sénégal banko kan kana ka Gambia don attaque ni banko kan wato aka soto bari aman siya comme ni wato abe siari nyaming ni ya jube bi na satewol membe border area for example ni tata siarar not kawur balangar attaque jamal keta je kata reneru nyol wol be mu satewol ti me yalo ko ibe border bandiwol ka bo fo Sénégal kana ka wol attaque so nga men cross wala mu security de man tight je ma fango alla police wol membe je dol bi je man weapon soto dol bi je imam motor soto e kata e police station for example in Karamtaba police station ni tata je mototi je police hani kid kilinti je police wol membe je ye rider men soto wala mu ñu rider men kambalito ko so bi for example ni attaque keta sate doti police wol se futano je nyaati janning lamin koto barracks benala ka wol makoy ibatra wo bandi wol tata parce que that area ici ta fo Dakar fu Fuuta ite de batela wala ken attaque ke not ma fango baki parce que there's no river around this area so ici ta no da woda lafta so alla office soto ñing ko be men be ke kan ñim banko kan so al be no dula juma tala ka je al ye Gambia no protect ñi attaque kanake kotenke parce que ça tata fo Gambia no bata kan fan ya jube bala ngar la ko bala ngar ko le funtita ke fan defenta say so dafa dem be mo leke mo la fitay ke la ita fan so security say e quand même fo wala mu security mantara mol makoy kan e mantara kidol soto kan e ka tara ta wula kono intermen ka tama kata bolon kono kana you go to a checkpoint, you find a police officer there without weapon, you find an immigration officer there without weapon. Wo ni bandi wol nata me yalon ko they are full arm ni left it stop la they can even kill them and go. So Allah bunna so albe mun tam silo tala pour ka je ñunko na security ye weapon soto kasta immigration kata PIU kata police be ye weapon soto isi banko ñen kanta ñame
yo abaraka baka min fo ela ñin karo folo wolem security sector fa be kere so jar bunda ko an police an ko kelen mo jama e ka min mira security sector reform am min be security sector amman clear security sector wolem ni aje ku melon ka man tarata kan iba improve ñame wolem reform te so jang ndol baake kan nunto so jarol mi alan ko mo jele ka fo min so jarol mom mi fa jang siata fo sa ya kele ba amata ke
no
elo fale ngo keta je baake
exactly
ani police na je ne police no do ka mol ni mol muta police sona aka meje baake sa ya okay de fo keta ana jube mo la daji ko fanam falinta ni aje so ko daji ko falinta ha e kam min fo problem ken amrobi wo to nyalte ay mol niol toral bod man se ko na be min ke wuluta kabi neoje ani kam ani manke fenkoti bolon kono jang fa keta non bañul fa keta
exactly
so the problem is here ne aju membe ke kan lu wato wate tolle nyanta ka wuli fana be Gambia sikota nyame criminal fana abana mire kanne nte lungolo be mile kela be kudo sotla o fana afan suma za konda ka mira e bentol counter la nyame e kam min fo amandi amolie so the issue of a police nyanta kidijama sotla immigration nyanta kidijama sotla e won to nyala sanya wolon to la jubero sanya be ngajel mbajela nyame ko police bol so membe siloka nyanta kido sotla bo na jube de loi nyanta falina so ni loi mon fale for example na immigration loi mum sembo soto ka kido diala but sa immigration bill kuto membe je wo bije ya kejele anaju be second li fanan lo fana e police PIUD wole sembo dile pour ye kido muta so sa ni police on falin na aje ni akorsi ni tata Johnson to e ka police traffic je ye PIUD je hani jang abe kere but na aje membe kere kam min ke ta bolon kon amande amoli bon kam min fo Gambia sakoro santo a warta bake anaju be police la nangamo anen sigaro nangamo ne a competo natra nyanta Gambia do la sikiola mol mo resource to follow but at the moment min kada e ka min fo patrol abe kerene me alon ko at the border lungo be takan ka jube min be kerene border to nyata na police be kata kam bake but na jube sain e ka min fo fana min kata non ka wor la kula sate kol wulta pour ka balan ka fang defense wala mol kam min fos mo police mo kendo ke na nyata kala police ote bo secondly fana ka loi ta e bulola o manke nakala loi ma di mola ka loi ta e bulola nyanta min kala yake amo sembo di nyanta min ke at sade nyanta kala o nyama ni monda bo loi ma mo si yala mol kam min fosay ningu keta nyanda mol nyanda tarala ka muta ni nga muta ya samba lo nya tilingol wala nyata kelano but min ka fena fan ni mo fana kidaw we bulu e nata mol atakan o fana ka kole abage
pour kamuta
pour kamuta
thank you very much
so na yala wala na security bunda fenge a fenko problem se ada bage wa do beje ite ka mira ye kan mi ke beslola be do kola but nanyu we lo me se ada bage ne ajube nata for example lo aka mi fo nata mo nata kanna lafta e fala nata police wala police ni be strenila ni ko e bondiroke e ko e mo bon iba bonna ale ko mbalingo duma nyanta mo bonna so ne minta fala no isa bonno minta fala no disable wala mfengo wala nyaka wala police ke bin karani wala mo nyanta mo bonna e ka bon duma ha so da mo sa mo muta no ya sama ñaar lu because min ka dan tol mo la fekk muru koma min ka no wala na mol ko police ko mon ka mol fasilo kanne po sojaro ko mol fasilo wonte mo lo ay mintinya se sembo ko me lango nyenta mutala nyame bo fanam fan akole abake ni amari kiro we bulo e bo mutala nyaari wala is difficult wala yeko security how do you balance between the two han sa mo e lo atinya atada mo arrest e ba arrest la nyame fo nyenta butela ni na ma butel ko ke nyenta manyana butela nyenta mutala ya samba bo ni ba mutakanne amari be bute kan loko wabulu ite be ba kala nyaade fo ni mo do ko abulu nyanta kido dala ya bu wonte self defense so ba kala nyame nyanta wo ko nyaade minimum force ka use min kada bala kol mbaji because sa de ko mo nyanta wulla yake bo nata finde fe nyanta min kala no sa mo mutano o fanne yo fana akole abake kido wabulu ibo mutala nyame
wol kidol be wol bulu rekanol be wol bulu so isi wol mutano nyaadi alla officer yaaje nyaadi bala ngar la ko tata
so wala na ngam min fo momo mun keta bangu kendo e nyanta kala security boy manya na loi tala yake bulola ne moy di nga fo ni modo la ka be kon tom la fika muru koma sani ni for example ni nga mo sungo muta jango nga fa lo mo fo nga fa de ama fo nga fa de nyanta mutala nga samba ni lingula bo sani fara ni nga mo jele kido we mo bulu ay mo kilimbum for example yala mo we borla so fo nga kole abagel sani ya jube e be nyin counter la nyame wala de amo betara so citizen mo la mo me Gambia along muna la nyantoti ni la nyanto long e nyanta la lo atamala nyame so sani fana ni aje ila fana ila life be in danger lo fana sembo dile nyanta e fam protect la nyame o fana bijele so wala na de amo betara so da mol sa lombe kere tonya security sector be reform be abe kering num to minka kenu nya abuka kenu natra mole kay police lo ka mo muta ke bute minka kenu wo nada ka kela amansi abaka tala tabake mola mira nya fana wo fana falin tabake security so moda kam min for if you go to police station if you go to police the service they render is improving molu ka fo abe kering mol ka min na security sector mol ka moy say ndi soko no manke security sector reform
mo jama yi wolem lafta na la di exactly mo jama ka même fo wolem security reform man soto parce que ne yaji aman alman fenke dolbe do ko no di former regime ya jamela man sakunda hani sa wolbe wo system ot hani sa ibe do ko kanje so iko nataro no reform keta dol mol ka même fo banda nataro reform keta wolbe nyanta sayla nyanta wolbe bayla fo security reform kata wo nyama ba
non wanka min man sakunda mu banko le bi jamme botaje barobe botaje ni ala wato sita
exactly
boni ko mo mele melo ke dogo ke ni baro ibo bondila on masakunda moledi masakuna woka stele woka bang politician wolka tale minka ke sa natra ay loatinya melo nal tinya tera tiarasi wala mon tar dogo labi
wol han kile man tar
dogo labi so sani mi alon amam fenke barabe dogo kala masakunda eto bondi nola iba bondi la basamba ni ko yesa jade mo am bondi o wili ya bondi yela ndi sokon ya ko sin mo problem bo mi alon ko amam fenke iba bondi la eto fanam banku dingolde iba bondi la nyaay mi alon ko amam fenke police man ko man nin loi ibe lungi wulta ibe dogo kala so iba bondi la ni ko sa ibe police be bayla so jado bay ñoom le banko tankala ate kenola mi alon ko loi tinya loi ye stop day baka man tara dogo la wala man tara do ko la me yalan ko mi man fanke wala be do ko la so reform wala nan kam fo mo jama baka understand amanke ka mo sendi so ko wala reform de mi yalan ko aman tara kere aman betia mul ka wala improve ha lungol ka kim han america mi yalan ko lungol improve wato bi ila kido ka tesla aman ta ya da ku dol jam man tara kidi fay du lado gaje mola miro mola tango nyanta improve lungolung e maje lungolo kaje police be dula patrol kan e be improve kan bo waddo be je crime aka kedula me ko police tije ite eta non ni police be je criminal tenala ko kije aka mabale an police man magic soto me ko ye dula be je so nyanta min kala dolbe be police an so dalo makol nyaade to improve the situation banko ite ne fenyi me kan lo amanta yafo ko bibi ni ko keda sidibe abente ko la bading mako nyini keda ana bading wa lo atinyale so mbo improve nyaade so ntal jubel nyanta jubel tan gam ne mo lo atinya ata li to lo ay nyanta frina ko nata atele boyta lo ay frina am boy ya samba nyanta samba la dame So security ntol be nyanta wulira nga be Gambia improve nyami so ngo ni mo min ka fa mo min ka konko amandia masakunda e kaju be lafta minna ntol be Gambia improve nyami ngane president ba wato wade kamira how is going to improve the security system of the country ni mo fata ni mo baramada amandia extra min ka amaka abka de amoli so waddo be ka taraje
sorry ina to wala pour ya fengi ngalo diamole fengere do wande security reform ni yalla dolbe dolla miro wolem example min mankaran or will involve in so many province before anemia ko doko askero mala fi doko ya askero fa ale ko jamale jube ko ko security side askero molwa mira ko on dolla harmadi wala miro on dela miro mo de wala nyanta sela. But there's something that as you know, a trained personnel near Cindy Sokono, what will happen? That's where I think you forgot to elaborate.
Okay,
just to remind you.
Nico security, come like Nico Doctor Loptana Benyame, Momo no soto Momo mi alonko ye la sifa soto. What lula lobby security amanke nyanta page sort like doko kewoto. Mangawati. For example now. Ite force kamin jube fo ite ila miroro betara ko pour que police solidarity at least karango nyanta kala basic things me alongo basic mino nyanta a b lonna nyanta min kala tangote secondly e kamin fo like min kada you cannot take for mol nyanta defo nyanta mol sendela like the problem min kada bangu dola for example ni mo me alongo a 30 kido ay kido long iko ibe o sambala soko ya sindi mi an kam mecho soto jama ba e kam minke you are creating more problem than solutions because ite mo sinil soko mi an ko mati tabulu fenta bulu wo be abe mun kala abe min kala abe min soto wolen ka
revolve no
aka wuli eta ku do nyini mi an ko abe family balu la nyami a wato bije aka mi abe min kala anin loati tan wala nan ko ndolla office kam minke what is the best solution for a country in tolo kamin jube wala na our reform president ka jube melon ka loi tinyale or there is no way ibe do ko kenola because la ne loi tinya for eta loi min for okay but as long as man loi tinya as long as ibe ile do ko ke kan anyama mon sa ko na nyanta somebody le pour ibe security Gambia security la fala nyame nyen molo logon bol ka moy ka fo ka mo sign soko no pour ga aje because ka moltala security sector reform amanke moltalati one thing mol nyanta wolanna
je nyanta Sénégal ba
nyanta lonna security reform e kaje wolen Gambia tanko abenu nyamen sa improve nyamen so natra mo mi anon abije ama abuka keno be molo bondila nga nati mi anon aba kegono
exactly
imaje science local imaje science polisol motobe bulu kada patrol la so ningam resource soto Gambia be nyanta kala o nyama but there is no country that is 100% secure. Even America itself, lungo be kekane me alanko abuka fono. But until America ta compenal. So until la minke Kenya, mo minka pro minka Kenya abuka de amori. Wata lungo masanga ba jube mbe Gambia security tanka la fala nyame. So wale until la miroloti. And secondly also, security is everybody's business. Atulumbe television oto albe fana security dolumbe na koto membe marseto lungono because na ni mo be concorrene ite yano secret na ko fana ni imay mol man jio soto fa kam bi de mol kula de nalo janne somanda abe be security so mol kan jube mol tan mol la Gambel tango nyanta wo la fala nyame wala dolla miroroti so on la faro mo bel nyanta wulila pour ça je Gambia e tanka so that the Gambia can be number 1 in the world. But if you look at statistics about in the last 3 months, mo jelle fata mo yalan ko e famfa asiata bo famfa akekere mendo sokono an sokono mo jamale be sokono atara maybe askeno mo be sokono ya lonne maybe ni a problem soto askeno maybe alafta fenna ya samba loptano to amo soto maybe moto tabulum puma samba loptano to mo tije mo jelle moto soto that area. But ka fo la fra mo sakuna batla na nyin topo mo sakuna talo na mimbe sokono fonto ben sa wule ngaje nga masakuna mako me tanko bunda improve la nyame abarka bak
Coming, yeah, for Nyame because I think I saw a news. Is it day before yesterday or is it yesterday? There was this old woman that threw herself into, is it a river?
I don't see.
Yeah, it's on the news.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it. And then when a driver rescued her, because the driver saw the woman jumping on that bridge, and then he went and rescued the lady. But when they asked her with these questions, she said that she lost her breadwinner of the family, like the elder son.
Yeah.
So that's why she wanted to kill herself. Like you were saying, if we have people surrounding those type of people, and then you know that this person is being traumatized or like she's going through through some things that you don't understand, because if you stayed with someone for almost 10 or 15 years, you will know exactly the type of person that you're staying with. You will know the attitude and then the body language of that person. So gradually, if you're saying the person being changed and then keeping him or herself indoors without talking to anybody and then being stressed all of a sudden, so I think you can just raise an alert so that we will have people that can go there and then cancel the person to know exactly what the problem is. And when you talk of the security reform issue, what I would say is, because there was a time that we have, is it immigration that we have here, and then I was talking about these landlords, you know, having tenants in their house. Like if today I was living in a compound whereby the landlord had a tenant there, which I don't see going to work every day, but only at night that the person will go out, and then I have this suspicious mind about the person. I will not go and confront the person like personally, but it's very important for you to go through the security sector and then discuss with them about your suspicious mind on that person, so that they will know exactly what that person is doing in that compound and what is his or her own work. Because normally, if a person doesn't go out in the morning, not in the afternoon, but only at night, every day, for almost 2 or 3 years you are saying that, then I think you can raise an alarm to those type of things.
I think what you said is important. If you look at, that's why it's important as a country to have this psychosocial support.
Yeah.
But if you see, for example, you are driving, or you see people, the small thing you do in the street on the driving, they're angry. What is the drive behind that? I think as a country, we should be looking into beyond this. Why are people very agitated sometimes? And like you said, the lady who said he lost the breadwinner of the family, is that lady needs support. But the security, we don't know that's a problem. Maybe the lady has reported the matter or has gone to a hospital on that. That's why it should be a whole society approach. Every society, you have a leader in the society. Every society, you must have known somebody. You must have, how often do we talk to our own people and find out what's the problem? In the morning, you're going, hello, how are you? What's the problem? You have somebody to relate to. But if you are living that, and we look at that, we are now moving towards, let's say, social media. Most of the time, if you go homes, people don't relate. They only talk on social media. And that has an effect on our security. Because sometimes the things that you see on the social media, you are in a world different from your own world you are living. So we need to discuss this as a society. And talking about immigration, that was a project that we were running, I think the KMC and Banjul and now West Coast. They were doing what they call Google codes. Each compound has a code, where meaning that every stranger, when you're applying, you're going to give the address of where you're staying. But the problem is, how are we going to improve that? The immigration, they're working on to improve this system of what do you call it, people management or aliens management. But you know, the government, you have protocols, ECOWAS protocol. You cannot stop people coming to Gambia or living. This is where we are bound by laws. But what we can do as a country is, how are we going to improve the security situation of the country? Like every tenant, if you go to the the local government or the immigration act, is telling you, anytime that person enter your house, the person must be registered. And anytime the people are coming to the country, are all registered. Like maybe trying to rescue the people when they go and when they live out, that may be beyond the role of the police. But the tenant, if somebody is coming to your house, what they need is a house. And people, because most of them, they are more interested in money. The money, not about looking about the safety or the security part of it. That's why the security of this country lies in everybody's hands. How are you going to improve the security situation is everybody's business. So if you know that somebody you are suspicious of the person, report the person to the police or the nearest immigration officer or so, or any security, so that the matter can be dealt. But if you look at most of the times, other crimes or offenses are committed in our homes. And the homes, there are tenants, or we have the landlords are there. We have people who are there. And those people are reporting things that are happening. So the police cannot be everywhere. They are improving the daily patrol everywhere, but they cannot be in everybody's homes. So it is our duty as citizens to report whatever we see in the street so that the police can take action. So if without reporting, less can be done by the security. But if you report, they can take it from there and improve the security situation of the country. Like security is every business. If you see something, say something. Until
it causes harms. And talking of the social media, I think I was discussing that with CDB here the last Sunday that we came. And we came to realize that the social media issue is causing more harm than good in our society, because that's where you will have the cyberbullying, and then the other thing is you will be in a house having your kids, especially moms at home. You will have your child at home. You will not follow where your children are going to. You will not consider whether they are in school or not. You will not like, you don't do the duty of a mom just because of this social media, this TikTok especially. Because I heard of a story of this lady that they raped her child. But the child is, I think it's beyond 18 years. And then she was so afraid to discuss it out with the mom because she is always busy on the phone, being on TikTok, doing Snapchat or whatsoever. So she doesn't even have time to notice that something has changed on the child. Like, she is not being herself for the past, let's say, a month, until the little girl realized that she was pregnant. This is when the mom started shouting, you know, doing all sort of things. And then I think, yes, the child should have speaked up, but it is the fault of the parents themselves, based on social media, because it is causing more harm than good in our society nowadays. And then we can use the social media to improve ourselves based on this security reforms that you're talking about. Because I think, do you have a hotline or any number that someone can call if you have a suspicious mind on something?
Yes, there is police emergency numbers that are available. And for example, if it is related to gender cases, there are many, you have Minister of Gender for that now. Like you are saying, maybe what you can do, maybe next time, you invite somebody who is an expert in social media. He talks to you on this area. There's a lot of problem being caused by this social media. And also maybe you can invite somebody who's into psychology. You can talk what is the implication to that in society. But as a face value, when you talk to security, the involvement of social media sometimes is good. Is people are making money out of that. But what is the impact on our society? I think we need to look into that. We need to look at how we're going to improve that. Like you were saying, the family settings is not helping. Family setting is becoming smaller. And that is also affecting, because now, if you're only in relationship with your only immediate family. Now, even that has stopped now, you're only interested on a mobile phone. On the mobile phone, because in the mobile phone you have friends that are with you, that you discuss all the time. And your surroundings are left behind. What happened to that child is not somebody's fault. But the problem is, maybe it has happened at home. The mom was not concentrating, or the parents were not concentrating. That has affected. And you see, the children need to be talked to. You cannot, like, they are not toys that are kept in the house. No, they need to be communicated. Now, if you're not talking to our kids at home, this really is going to affect the Gambia. Imagine now the next 10 years, if the trend continue, we are going to be a seculated society where everybody is alone.
Exactly.
And that's not helping. I think maybe we invite somebody, an expert in social media, come here and discuss, and somebody in psychology to look at what is going to be the impact of what the trend we are doing. And sometimes, and also what the social media is also good. You can see whatever is happening in the Gambia is there. You can find it. Anything that is good, you can find it. You can say anytime the police are doing good, you can find it there. Anytime we need to improve, it's there. No doubt it's good, but also the negative part of it is there.
It's there.
And the issue of cyberbullying, I think the Minister of Digital Economy, or there's a ministry or department for that. You also can invite them to talk to them and see, so that people are aware. Anything that you put on the social media is a print. That you cannot take that away. So what you are putting in the social media is for life. You cannot take that away. And you don't want this when you die, the bad things you put to reflect on that. That's also another problem.
And it will stay for so many years in the social media.
Yes.
And then,
okay. We are almost deviating our program. Almost.
No.
Almost. Okay.
The reason why we brought up this this idea of social media, it's all in the security reform sector. Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I want us to maybe focus more on the security reform and their policy and programs that they are willing to tell people or give people or show people. So, Mulai, if to percentage your performance of your office or of the security of the Gambia is at what % at the moment? I
think from an inside perspective, because I know what's happening.
Basically on statistic on your own, because your office have a role to play, and you are trying to mobilize resources and try to see how best the performance have improved. I think there are supposed to be a percentage.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a matter of I think. It's a factual thing that you should tell the Gambian that yes, as at now, according to our reports that we gathered entirely from when it was initiated up till today, it is at this % because of A, B, C, D. If it is down below the pass mark, you tell us because this is why it is below the pass mark is A, B, C is the cause or the factors.
Well, what you are saying is true. What I'm saying, because I'm inside, but I understand things, and people outside are different. So the way I'm going to do my reflection, and outside I will see different, because I know what is happening.
It is not factual?
Yeah, what I know is facts.
Then tell us the facts.
What I know, for example, if you look at now, when you say the policy, when you call the policy developed, about 98% of our policies have been reviewed, are all reviewed.
98.
About 98% of our policies have been reviewed.
That's excellent.
Yes. So now, but an outsider, a policy is just a document. People who don't want to see policy, or they want to see the outcome outside. That's what I'm saying. Inside, what I know, we have done a lot. But now, how can the people feel that? And this is a process. Security reform is a process that doesn't stop at that goalpost. It's a process. So now, when you look at now, the perception of people of this has changed. In those days, the security...
are you with my question properly?
I'm with your question now. Properly. I'm talking about the percentage now.
Okay.
The way people perceive, I have no control over that. Some people, we ask them today, they say maybe it's 0%.
Can I reframe my question?
Yes.
Can I reframe my question so that you can understand? As an institution, Office of the National Security Office, responsible for advising the President, advising our security heads, advising all security-related matters within the country. What is the gauge that you people gauge from inception to date?
Yeah. That's why I'm talking maybe...
It is at 10 or 20 or 50 or 100.
No, because the way you see it, what I'm saying, if you look at the policies about...
Not making the policies only.
Let me come
making the policy without implementing it, or with people seeing it, or without people feeling it. See now you are zero to me.
No, for me.
To me?
Yes. To me, what I'm saying now, because you cannot start something without a direction.
Okay.
The police telling you what you're supposed to do. You have to understand that.
Okay.
Now, if the police said you want to arm the police, and there is no law, how can they can give the police weapon?
Okay. Now,
what I'm saying?
You are at the implementation stage or at the beginning stage?
We are doing the implementation stage now. If you look at now, the police we are working on, if you look at, that's improvement. You go to the street, you see that's improvement in the security. One thing you may not see, that you may not feel, I know, you want to see security everywhere.
No, that's not my question.
No, when you said people want to feel security everywhere.
Yeah, or to see.
To see everywhere.
Yes.
And sometimes, you know, if you look at the manpower of the security institution, and you look at the competing priorities, look at the roads that have been built. We need good roads. We need a good police security. We need good health. And if you look at what is in Baksake, it's small.
Well, I still you are trying to debate.
No, I'm not debating.
No.
I'm telling you that we have improved.
Listen again.
No, we are coming with a commercial break. Okay. Now we have a commercial break. And then we will be right back on this program with the same topic, inshallah.
Jah Oil Company indi nañ leen juice bi dàq ci juice bi nga xam ni say bokk naane rek tàqamte ko muy ñaari xeeti juice yoo xam ni adduna bi yëpp ràññee nañ ne moo dàq ci juice muy Spark ak Vitanic fruit juice high quality fresh fruit juice la nga am gan foo ko mën di dugal ci sa biir fri bu tàngee neex bu seddee neex fruit juice bi mooy juice bi ñu doon wër am na bépp flavor lu ci mel ni mango orange pineapple peach ak guava pour bégal suñuy client mooy suñu mbégte te juice bi natural fruit juice la Jah Oil na leen jaawata bii nag am nañ ko si different size marché supermarket ak table boo dem am ko fa te mu nga ko am si makkaani Jah Oil yi yépp jaawata ndox bi set na te wóor la soo ci bëggee wholesale wala retail demal ci bépp Jah Oil petrol station bu nekk fii ci biir Gambia ak seen boutique bi nekk ci Basse jàkkaarloog jiiti bank kon daal pour ma bëgg mbala sama njaboot bëgg Spark ak Vitanic fruit juice bi laay jënd rek ngir bëggal leen ak Jah Oil Company seen juice bu neex bi maa nga ca biir moom rek laay naan
Sidibe
no
amoon na foo emoon te important na torop discussion bi nag fu mu nekk nii dinañ gën a si biir parce que dafa mel ni yëf yaa ngi gën a jax comme ni ko gars yi di waxee loolu la boo bàyyi leen ngeen continuer from fallen stop rek
Mr. Kole listen attentively. The Gambian people sitting there watching us at the moment, or maybe who will watch us later, will want to know the Office of the National Security Office is responsible for advising our security members or security heads or the executive and to program or to put in policies that our security institution will look at or will base on their operational system. Am I right? Okay. If that is the case, if all the policies are made and is handed over to the people or to the offices, like the immigration have, the army have, the SIS have, the other security agencies that I don't know maybe have. Now, it is a matter of taking it to the parliament that is remaining, or it is a matter of them implementing what is given to them is remaining. If you have the percentage that for a Gambian people to know, sign de na police kunda de ye kaito min dila de isi nyinkeno sign me 50% le or me 10% le or me honne na SIS bunda de sign ye do ko min dila de kaito ye min dala isi minni keno abe nyinde army for the same thing and other level or your office.
So, okay, thank you, Sidibe. And the point I was trying to say is very clear, loud and clear.
Okay.
What I'm saying here, the process of reform is a process. Sometimes certain things is intangible, you cannot see them, but you can feel them.
Okay.
And now people are feeling that you can see that the police now, or the army is very focused on their core mandates. They are not deviating. Police hardly detain somebody beyond 72 hours. We are going by the laws set by the country. You can see even our immigration.
But those laws were there before you people.
But they were there, but people were detained beyond 72 hours. But we are not doing that now.
It means that those laws, you did not prepare it. It was there.
No, what I mean, I'm telling you, because reform is not about you change everything.
Okay.
You have laws, but people aren't doing what you're supposed to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do. That has improved. The army hardly involved in anything when it comes to the country. They only focus on the primary mandate of defending our territorial integrity. The SIS now only collects intelligence. You have never seen somebody reported to SIS or detained. They're not doing that anymore. The police are also focused on crime prevention and crime management. And the other serious security sector are also improved. You can now, before that, the prisons, they tell you that the Mile 2 was a torturing center. That's not happening now. We should understand that. And if you look at now, if you want to change, what we did was to develop the laws, the policies, Policies are don't go to National Assembly, but the laws that we act go to National Assembly. And you can see now, I said 98% of policies have been developed or reviewed. That's a lot. But now, how are we going to say quantify that when it comes to real improvement? It's the people who can judge who are outside. I can tell you now, Gambia, what the improves are 80%. Somebody outside will tell you, no, that's not right. But what I can tell you as inside, what we have done so far, and one thing you have to understand, our office, we are not operational, we are strategic. What we do, we can advise police, can you do A, B, and C, and can you improve this? This is what we can do. So sometimes, and also we advise the executive and say, this is what we think this should be done. So now it's the people, because we are serving people, it's the people who tell us what you are doing is not right, or you have to improve. So now let's let the community now. Let us tell us now, have we improved, have we done good in our reform process? They should tell us. If we need to improve, we should improve. And one thing they should understand, reform is a process. And it's not about...
Mr. Koli?
Yes.
Sorry. Are you trying to tell Gambians that at this time of the year, your office cannot tell us the gauge of their performance?
What I'm saying, I said as police about 98%.
No, you want Gambian to tell you whether you are trying or not.
I said what
That's what you are telling us.
What I'm saying, I said we have done what I can say. 98% of our work is done. So now it's left with people said, what I'm saying, it is but I cannot gauge.
That's why people are saying, they are not seeing the reform. Hadn't been they have seen the reform, they will not say that your security reform, we did not see the security reform.
I think
that's the concern you want to hear.
I think the problem here, people reform, you cannot see reform.
But people are asking about the reform.
The reform, you have to understand what is reform.
But people are asking about the reform.
I understand.
See now.
Now, CDB, listen.
Tell us the reform level.
No, you have to understand.
You're just telling us now the SIS is not arresting people.
No, let me
just briefly analyze this one.
CDB, just wait. Okay. I think you have to understand.
Okay.
What is reform? You have to understand that.
Can you? Yes, you have to tell us what is reform.
So if you take it by that understanding of reform, you cannot say nothing has been done.
I did not say that.
Yes. If something is done, then you know one thing. You are here. You are changing. We have took a 360-degree turn from what we were doing. This company is changed. So you cannot say now nothing is done. It's the people saying, no, tell me.
Who said nothing is done?
Now what I mean, let them tell me.
People are asking about the reform. Nobody said you did not do nothing.
No, now
people are asking the reform. They want to see, they want to feel, they want to hear, they want to understand. So that's why people are asking about the reform. Why people are asking about the reform? They did not see it. They did not hear it. They did not feel it. That's why people are asking.
Now, Chidibe, tell me one thing about reform that you are not feeling. Tell me one thing.
Okay.
Ask me, I'll answer now.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. People want to see. Sidibe was one of the maybe the junglers.
Yes.
Now Sidibe have been taken to court. Court have taken it course. Now that what is one of it.
So now taking to court is.
I want to guide you to a place when you forgot.
Yes.
I don't know. Let me just. Your policy or your rules is to process it and give it to a certain institution within the Gambia.
Yes.
That's supposed to do his part of the reform, which is not yet. That's what whether you understand or not.
So that's why, like when I said, the security sector reform is a process, and you have stakeholders: the police, the army, the Minister of Interior, the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Justice, the civil society organization, the National Assembly, the Ombudsman. They're all part of the
reform. The courts.
The courts are all part of the reform process. So now, because we have a limit where we can stop. If we said now people who are what you can mentioned by TRRC, TRRC is a
just part. It's just part.
Yes, it's part. No, it's not part. What I mean, it's a process where people are mentioned by TRRC, they're not working with government. They're suspended. Okay. So now, if you go to the laws of the Gambia, there's no way you can suspend the person and the person come to work after. It's not in the laws. So you have to understand that we don't have the laws. For example, now you can suspend the person. What do you call it? Administrative leave. There's nothing in the laws of the Gambia called administrative leave. What you can do? They can indict you and investigate. After, if they have enough evidence, they can prosecute you, and that is beyond the remit of the security sector. You have the means of justice that are involved. I think if you look at the TRRC, they come up with now one part of the reparation commission to compensate other people. It's a process. So now you cannot have everything in one go. It's a process that is going on. That's how I understand. Tell me what is not going on. I'll tell you the problem. The problem is we have our role to play. People who are mentioned by the TRC, advisory mention, are not working with us. So we have a limit. Now they are staying at home. What is next? It's another sector that takes responsibility. So what is happening now, if you look at the Minister of Justice, they're also doing their part. What I'm saying here, but you need a lot of money to do this process, and which Gambia we are not endowed with a lot of resources. So the problem of security sector reform, what is said, we have done our part. CDB, you know that we have done our part. But what is next now?
Don't involve me to say that I know that. Me, I'm not a security officer. I'm just a general.
CDB wants to ask a question without causing harm.
Yes.
This is what I noticed from his questions.
Yes. No, I wanted to ask the question to guide him because maybe you know he's my friend. So what how to call it? Fatma, if I may come again to my brother.
Just hit the nail on the head.
No, I will not. I will just, because we...
No. You know and I know.
Okay,
just
please.
hit the nail on the head. He wants to ask the question but doesn't want to go direct on the question itself.
Okay.
Let him just hit the nail on the head.
Okay. Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Mr. Director, if you are to advise the executive on the your office side, national security, how to call it? National security office, huh? And it's in line with, I think you advise the executive. At the point in time we are in, of all the wrongdoing that is happening, the criminal activities, and what is the best advice that you are going to advise this, the executive to do to solve this problem, or if not to solve, to minimize?
Like I said, the best advice is executive. The problem starts at homes. We should take responsibility.
No, I did not say
let me come in. Because what is happening at the homes, the president or the secretary, it's not happening. It's not there.
I did not say the president.
No, what I mean, the executive.
He is coming to the but
yes.
You just allow him to learn.
What is happening in the houses, the police officers are not knowing what is happening in the houses.
That's true. That's so.
So now, if you look at about, I may be wrong, about 80% of the crimes that have happened happens in our homes.
That's about morality.
Yeah, no, not about morality. This suicide is happening in homes. It's not.
It's part of morality. Morality might be.
So those parts of people are happening at homes. So like me, for example, like what we can do is, as advising the executive, is telling them, how are we going to improve the situation of the country? One, we should tell them, people should take security of their own. Because now, if you cannot say we need more police officers to come to their homes. No, people should take security of their homes. How can you improve that? You know that you are leaving your house, you leave your mobiles valuable at the window. When somebody came, that is something that is intended somebody to come and steal. Maybe you come with a bag of money from the bank to your house. That's telling people, come and steal. Security should start from your own self. Now, what the executive can do is to give us the environment. You have people are free to say whatever they like. You can say whatever you like as long as it's in line with law. That is enough.
Freedom of speech.
So now what we can do now is to say now, give them the environment so that people can be able to prosper.
Right. Yes. There is a freedom of speech, but freedom after speech is not there.
Now what I mean here, because we are not going back to where we were.
That's why you said everybody can say anything that you want, but that is freedom of speech. But freedom after speech.
What I'm saying here, this is the government is the most tolerant government I can say. People can, a lot of people are commenting on whatever they like. And one thing about Gambia,
it is correctly or not correct. Some of the comments.
That is the good of democracy.
No, what I mean, the comments, the comments that they are given, are they the positive side or the negative side?
No, what I mean, that is democracy. I cannot, because you have a free right to own your opinion. What you are saying, I may not agree with what you are saying, but that is your opinion. You can say that. That's the beauty of democracy.
So if I said now, if I said now, the development that is happening to me, example, I say the roads are not important to me. What is that? What do you call that?
That is your right of.
That is his opinion.
That is the right
but
of
everybody knows. Everybody knows. Development cannot go without roads.
Yes, I know. That's why I love this executive, because people can say whatever they like. You saying road. Even the blind man is saying there's a road. Or say the road is important. So what is important for you is something different.
Might be, you know, the Jolas, like, most of the comments is about food.
Yes.
And the Jolas are commenting all, Emana, budget. Emana say right. Anyway, budget.
I know what they can do. They can make the environment enable to prosper. Like government is not producing rice.
Stop laughing.
Government is not producing rice.
Well,
but it's important that the government put up.
That is disturbing you here with this Jola stuff.
Yes, the government, what they can do, what they're doing is to have an enable environment so that people can able to think their own. You can. We are not restricting on, for example, like if you want to import rice, there are no restriction. If you want to do business, there are no restriction. If you want to do anything, you are free. That's fun. That's why we have a price for anything we do. Democracy, people can say whatever they like. Whether you like it or not, we cannot go back to say where people, when you are talking, you look behind and say whether people are coming to arrest me. This executive want people to able to say whatever. That's good. If you see something that is wrong, tell people A, B, and C is wrong, so that we can improve. But now, if you, by saying that, let's say what I need is not the road, and you are driving the road to come to find what you want, it's important. You cannot satisfy. People have, as long as 80% of people are saying yes.
Before Pa will come in, let me ask my this last question.
You cannot drive on the roads.
I know if you are hungry, but who's going to feed you? The government can give you the environment. And what we do as security, like we said, people are hungry, it's a security threat. That's a fact. But now, what can we do to improve that? Everybody should be involved in farming or in productive sector.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ja Oil, for involving yourself.
Yes. How to call it? Director.
Yes.
That might be later. Pa will come in if he has something to ask. This is my last question to you. Yes. For today. What is the best national? What is the best advice that the National Security Office ever do, and that people should say thank you to them? That you can tell people.
You know, the problem is it's not about ranking A, B, and C. We can tell how to improve the situation. There are things every day that.
Okay. What is the best? What is the best approach that you ever take to one of these security issues in the Gambia? That people, the Gambian people say, yes, National Security Office, thank you.
No, you have to understand. CDB, our office, we are not operational. This should be clear. We are strategic. We give advice.
I see the advice. That's why
we give advice every day. So we cannot tell this what advice we give every day. Because we are not into operational things. What we give is strategic advice. And advice we give you, either can take it or you don't take it. So you have to understand. We are not operational. We are strategic. We advise people and say, do this and do that. But I can't tell you this the number of the type of advice I give to people, because this is not what we do every day. What we do is to advise people. Please improve on this. You can see now you have a lot of highway report. It's good improvement.
Maybe it's initiated by you.
No, what I mean is security. It's not initiated by me, but it's improvement to our country. When it is good, it's good for the country. So now, if you look at now, you have good road. We think this road just came about this.
No.
That's why discussion on that. Started thinking how are we going to improve the road network in the country. It doesn't come like this. And when this is done, this is where everybody is involved. So what we do here, we don't come to the ground and see A, B, and C do this. We sit there and advise people on what to do. Okay. We are not operational.
Thank you.
It is a collective work.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sidibe, for that wonderful discussion that you have with this Jola guy. I know it would not have been easy with the questions, because I know Jolas, they are very strong-headed. And then he was well prepared. If Pa su fekkee ne da nga am any question boo xam ne bu nga ko sànni well before you go, because I think we have 10 minutes to go.
No,
inshallah.
Parce que léegi moom time bi li des bariwul sant leen léegi gërëm leen jox leen dig daje ba beneen dimanche incha allah dinañ fi teewaat ak yeneen ges sant Moulay bàyyi soxlam bàyyi itteem yëpp ñëw teewee suñu programme bi wax fi lu am solo dinañ am yeneen ges incha allah dinañ continuer doxantu ci biir réew mi koy na bekkaatoon kumbi Abdoulaye pour indi leen luñ leen doon jéem a tegal ci mbaar mi programme loolu léegi la Fatou Mbaye
Mr. Mulai. Monday. Before the end of this 2025, we will want to see more surprising goodies from the side of the security sector reform. We want to see more improvement.
Yeah. And I think one thing also, security sector is not like you can this building, you see the structure. It's not about that. It's a process. And a process don't have, let's say, it's going to end at that post. Because when you go to the post, you see something that you need to improve. If you go to the next post, you see something that you need to improve. It's not like you're going to see this building being completed. It's not about that. Reform is a process. You move to the next goal post, you see something that you need to improve. You move to the next goal post, you need to improve. It's not that I'm going to see like this edifice being built. Even the most advanced countries are reformed every day. So I think this is what you should understand.
I disagree.
Maybe you can disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
You can disagree. It's not about you building there, like you have the building that say this is security reform.
I disagree.
Maybe you can, this is from my own opinion.
But we want to see more improvement,
That's why,
maybe before the end of
can I come in there so that you can understand what I say? I disagree.
Okay.
What I mean is that I disagree to that reform you're talking of. When you said when you go up to, in the process, you go up to a point, that you have covered all these things, you have all those many petty things that are there, you have already regularized it. So people should see that this place is already settled.
Yes.
But when you say it is not visible, that is my problem. And when you go to the next post, you score the goal, the net is there. Now you say, no, this net is small, or critical, or the post is small, or the field is too tight. Then how to improve that from that post there, or from that goal there, or from that tidy place where you are. Now when you adjust a bit, people should say, when I was coming here last year here, it was like this. When I was coming last year, our security, when you come here, they bully you, they do this. But now, no, nobody bullies you.
No.
Then that one you see. Automatically you see. Automatically you see. Now, no SIS is arresting anybody. Everybody is seeing that. SIS, they are only trying to grab all the necessary information. They put it to where they're supposed to put it. Then those people will pick it from there and do what they're supposed to do. That's what we are seeing that now. Now the army is there, just on their side, and they are doing their work to the expectation. But now, when the security reform, what we are trying to see, we should see the security reform done. Now, this one, yes, to be frankly speaking, it is. I agree. Everybody is saying that. Everybody is happy with that. But the next level that this guy is expected, government should expect more goodies, as he said.
Yeah.
More goodies.
Like the point I'm saying here, just like development. Development is every day.
Yes.
Tomorrow, you, for example, like the Star TV was in another building. Now they're here. Maybe next time they want to be maybe 10-story building.
Now you are seeing it.
So what I'm saying, you don't stop at one place.
No, that's what we are asking now.
That's
So
what
what are we
I'm saying.
expecting?
Exactly
What
what
are
I
we-
What are we expecting next year? What I'm saying is a process.
Now you come in.
What I say is a process. You cannot see this process. When you go there next year, you're going to have to that we think of doing things better. So now, what we can do in next year, we hope that in coming years, Gambians will be more safe, more secure. And we cannot do this alone. It should be a collective effort of all and sundry. Most of the problems are happening at homes. People need psychosocial support. People need other support. We cannot finish that. We cannot do that alone. It's the whole of government or the whole of society approach. And then everybody should contribute to the security of this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mulai Sidibe. Thank you. And then Pa Jerejef. We thank our viewers that are sitting at home watching this program. And then we're thanking the security sector in the Gambia here. Everybody, thank you very much. Ñu di leen di jox dig daje ba beneen Sunday inshallah rabbi. Am na yeneen surprise yoo xam ne ñu ngi si gannaaw ñu ngi ñëw. yeneen yoo xam ne di ngeen ko bëgg a gis te mbaar mi programme li moo toogal li ñoragut mu ëppa li ñor am na yeneen yi ñëw yoo xam ne dina leen surprise yéen ñëpp am Gambians yi especially ñu leen di jaajëfal bu baax a baax si dimanche bii nii di leen ñaanal yàlla jaama di ñaanal yàlla jàmm si am Gambia bi mu sax fi incha allahu rabbi di ñaanal waa Star TV ñoom tamit jàmm suñ technicien senior jigéen yeeg góor yeeg ñëpp waaye jigéen ñi surtout nag ay jàmbaar lañ ñu ngi leen di ñaanal from the CEO to the last person yéen ñëpp ñu ngi leen di nuyu di leen jaajëfal jërë ngeen jëf